BluMetric is mission-ready water. BluMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission-ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water.
Good day, we're here at DefSec 2025. I'm joined with Ted Kirkpatrick from Ontario Shipyards. We're both here as Ontario-based companies, and we've working together in the industries over the years. We've interviewed with Ted before. So Ted, tell me a little bit about Ontario Shipyards, where you're at today and where you're going.
So Ontario Shipyards is the largest ship repair and construction company on the Great Lakes. To date, we haven't been brought in the national shipbuilding strategy in a formal way, but we are taking steps to push that forward. Probably the biggest piece of that is the Ontario government's announcement of the $250 million Ontario Shipbuilding Grant Program.
Which has just occurred in the last 6 months.
Yeah, within the last couple of months. Now we're still working with Ontario to determine how that funding is going to roll out. But what the important piece of that is that it's going to be contingent on a federal shipbuilding contract. So what it says is that the Ontario government has recognized, one, that there's an economic argument to bringing shipbuilding on Ontario, and then also on the federal side, I think there's a national defense imperative to do that.
Absolutely, and when we talk about mission-ready capabilities, Ontario Shipyards has taken that approach to be mission-ready and show the federal government, hey, we're ready, we can do this, we just need to be, included in the strategy and where we're going.
That's exactly right. I mean, the goal is to use this funding from the Ontario government and what we've done to build up the yard over the last 4 or 5 years on our own to be ready to build ships for Canada now. We actually have a plan to cut steel on a ship as early as next spring, with help of the Ontario government. But to your point, to be mission ready, we know Canada's in a defining moment. We're looking at the biggest increase in defense spending since World War II, this country. It's important that Ontario, one, be brought into the national shipbuilding strategy, but two, be ready to be brought into the national shipbuilding.
Absolutely, and I've seen a lot of narrative on various platforms of how Ontario used to be an epicenter for shipbuilding in Canada. We're in a very strategic location, obviously. How does that sort of look as we're looking to be that epicenter again, or have our footprint? We've got both coasts covered. Well, we need sort of something in the center. What does that look like?
So I'm glad you brought the history up, because between World War I and World War II, Ontario Shipyards built over 200 vessels, both for the Canadian Navy and the Royal British Navy. Ontario, so our two shipyards in St. Catharines and Hamilton are located. Well, half of Canada's population is located 2 hours away from both our shipyards. We operate in the most populous area of Canada. We're in the industrial heartland of Canada, so we can bring that human resource and that industrial resource to bear to support the national shipbuilding strategy. So I think the last point I'll make on that is we're not reinventing the wheel. Ontario is a maritime province. Ontario was and is a shipbuilding province. And it's just about bringing that history back and redeploying it to support where we need to go as a country today.
Absolutely. And I mean, it goes even further. Obviously, defense priorities are number one, but in addition to trade, like being able to access all the Great Lakes all the way up to Thunder Bay, that's a pretty huge network of traffic. So
100%. If you were to look at the Great Lakes as a standalone economy, we'd have the third largest GDP in the world. So the St. Lawrence Seaway corridor is the gateway to the United States Midwest. It's how grain moves from west to east. It's how oil moves from west to east. So as an economic driver, the Great Lakes is probably one of the most important economic drivers in Canada, and Ontario is at the heart of that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Ted, for sharing your insights. Always well appreciated. I mean, I've been to the shipyards. Ted gave me a tour a couple months ago. It's a fantastic facility, amazing location. I look forward to hearing where the story goes. Thank you so much, Ted.
Thank you.
BluMetric is mission-ready water. BluMetric provides a full range of environmental consulting services supported by bespoke engineering solutions for emergency, self-contained, and permanent water systems, and is always mission ready with a full range of in-house support. There is no successful mission without water.